rather loud. So we've got platoon here, company. I suspect that company is everyone. So yeah, we've got a company. And it looked to be 3 half-tracks? 2 half-tracks. 3 half-tracks. 4 half-tracks. And, Stug. Alright. So, looking at this, where we'll get our terrain advantage from. We will currently have the advantage in range due to the Stug and them not having any anti-tank weapons. So we want to find a good place where they'll be holed up, and we'll have a range advantage on them. That can be seen over there at the school, where there are lots of open fields around them. Right here. Though there could be some resistance along here, I highly doubt it, just simply because they're letting us deploy so close. So I think I'll take... Oh, 1 second. I'll go ahead and grab 2nd platoon over here. And we'll deploy them initially over here in the back. And we'll do this so that we can push them up into supporting positions inside this house where they can shoot down onto these guys. Along with them, we'll send in the Stug, which should be able to hit pretty much every portion of that from right about... I would say right here would be the optimal position, but it would require us to seize this house, which is a dangerous proposition. It'd probably be best if we recce the house first. That has an anti-tank section. Gunner. You're gonna be held in reserve because of your Panzer Schreck. So first things first will be to rush those guys up there. You know, these guys will need to get in there. We'll bounce them off of here to cover that house, so that we can position our Stug in between the two. Of course, clearing that house shouldn't be too hard because we're going to have a Stug sitting right outside of it. Who will not be opened up, because opening up is a stupid thing. Also, I have a few mods installed, sound mods, some building mods, and some of Ares' excellent vehicle skins for the Stugs and most of the half-tracks. Pushed by a half-track. 3rd platoon. 3rd platoon looks to actually be motorized. And we have the machine guns as well. I'll deploy these 2 gents over here in support of this platoon. Yeah, I'm not too sure what to do with the other 2 MG42s. Might put them in that house. I will send the platoon commander over here as well, though. He'll be needed to direct that machine gun fire. And I'll send this half-track up there. And we'll just pop some MG42s into some of these houses. Go. Actually gives us a half-decent half-track to start off with, which will also be useful for transporting those guys when we need to get around to that. This guy's got a nice 20mm cannon, which could come in real handy in suppression. Oop, wrong button. As it stands, we're pretty vulnerable to artillery from our start. I think this will make a good command post. This guy should move rapidly over into this building. And if those buildings are secure, which, I mean, they really should be, we'll move our machine cadets up and down. Actually, we'll move our machine cadets up into them regardless, just because I know they should be. They have to be. There's no way that they would be occupied as of right now. Meanwhile, this 20mm half-track will be a great way to make sure that no one takes too much fire at first. So that's the first platoon. First platoon is going to be a base of fire from this location onto here. Or, well, second platoon, I suppose. Along with fourth platoon assisting. Fourth platoon could actually pop some machine guns in here and have decent sight lines down this row of houses. Not half a bad idea, to be honest. I'll pop these guys in there, they'll help them out. So next company, or platoon I suppose. First platoon proper. What do they have? They've just got a regular old half-track. What kind of unit are these? I'm curious. Is it Panzergrenadiers? I wonder if they're a special kind. They have different camouflage than the normal ones. Looks cooler, in my opinion. Or, well, different. Anyway. Might assign these guys to try and punch through Nsingel. Because that's going to be one hell of a fight. Especially because of the close range. We won't be able to suppress them very easily until we take Red School. But we'll need to engage them or else they could flank our forces pushing up on Nsingel. If I can get enough half-tracks together. Let me just see if I can get enough half-tracks together to hold a platoon. Because if so, then that will be my assault force. So that's 1, 2, 3. Do I have another? I got several trucks full of ammo, in case it's needed. Third platoon is already mounted. I'm gonna try and mount third platoon in these half-tracks. Because if so, I can use them as an assault force. what if I split off the anti-tank team who don't want to come anyway? You guys go on that block. You guys also go on that block. Oh. That's a much smaller half-track. Still, 2 squads of troops is pretty damn decent. I suppose I could get a full squad of those guys in there. They'd help. These guys could hang back and provide another base of fire. And security for the platoon leader. Alright, so that means 3rd platoon will be our assault strike force. Once I deem the enemy has been sufficiently suppressed, we'll kind of pop them out here and go try and occupy some buildings while simultaneously hitting the Incengo block from that side and setting up our machine guns. Yeah, that sounds like it might work. And this one is just kind of because I want to do a mechanized assault before that. Can I fit 2 guys in there? No, okay. Sure. Alright, cool. What if I got you guys out and then... No, okay. Alright, so the plan here is for these guys to go charging down one of these roads, break through into here, unload, and storm these houses. Let's not lead with the platoon leader. Can I load 2 guys? Okay, fine. I'll stop trying to cram my entire platoon into 1 truck. Meanwhile, we'll kind of ignore the milk factory and such. As we sweep through here, we should be able to take that. That'll put us with some fire in the underpass and such. The schools are 200 points, in single block 25. So that's... If we take those 2 schools plus the block, we should have it good. This forward observer will need to be in a position to observe. And since we're going to hit the school, we might as well go ahead and plan that out. Just going to give them a real small area to pound heavy. That should scare the piss out of them. He drives the taxi. Right. And then we have our breach team. I'm not really sure what I'm going to use them. Actually, I know exactly what I'm going to use them for. Oh, there you are. Meanwhile, company headquarters will deploy to level 2 there. These breach teams will help us when we get inside the compound. There are several hedgerows here, which would require us to go around it. We'll blow our way through it, which, if we win inside here before anything else, should allow us to kind of rush through here without having to expose ourselves to fire from the Ostblock, which I'm sure they'll have troops looking down into here. It's a wonderful field of fire from here, down there. Alright, so let's go ahead and plan this assault out. I'm gonna go ahead and give these guys pause orders. I'll put those guys at a special place. Alright, good, it works. And I want these guys to go rushing more or less that way. Yeah, so we'll just plan the half-track movement. That's where we want to go. That should do that. Honestly, these guys should just be popping out down here. Shift over to this side. Oh, hell. Pop them over to this side. Put the breach teams over here. These guys this way. Give some cover down through there. Then rush my guys over to here. Here. That should do it. That will completely ignore the milk factory. And these cars can just kind of sit around. Make sure we've not forgotten anyone. Alright, we're striking hard from the south. We want to advance up here to make sure no one's taken it. 4th platoon will hang out in the back of the building. Actually, what on earth is 3rd Squad doing? Oh, they're not. Oh, they're heading into level 1. It should be. Almost didn't send my squad in. This squad, it's gunner and anti-tank. I'll add them to a reserve. They can go in there. Protect them from some artillery. Who do I have with the Nebelwerfers? So we'll pound that area real quick. Meanwhile, we've got the mortars. Probably launch a smoke barrage along this way before we do it, so we can maintain suppressive fire on here. Maybe even behind it, or along that way. Honestly, I might even pump just a few... How many rounds do I have? 40, 28? Yeah, no, I can't spare any extra rounds just to harass them a bit. Though I would love to. I believe that's it. And I think I'll call it a video here at this setup phase, just in the interest of time. And I'll see you all next time when the battle starts.